Welcome to Badass in Action, the show that ignites your inner fire and propels you toward your epic goals. I'm Melanie Browning, delivering raw interviews, game-changing stories, and mindset hacks to keep you moving. Get ready, it's go time. Welcome to Badass in Action. I am your host, Melanie Browning. Today, I have the amazing Becky Jo Harris with me, and we'll get with her in just a moment. But first, I would like to thank our sponsor, Spotlight Mindset Training Group. That is where your spotlight awaits. Check them out. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. I am so excited with Becky Jo Harris. She is a comedian. She is a huge mentor of mine, even if she doesn't know it, because I stalk her and I follow her and all of the things. Welcome, Becky Jo.
Oh, hi. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I wanted you on, and you are my first guest in studio. I am so excited to have you.
This is an honor. Thank you.
And I just want to tell you real quick, watching all the reels, and I do like more action, right? And
Okay.
I watch you doing comedy, and I'm just like blown away. Like, how does she do that? It's like so natural. It's so cool. And I want to be able to work with you.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that. I'm like, how would it work? I would really have to like learn comedy, and that scares the heck out of me. And I said, I'm going to have her in person.
Let's do it.
So I wanted you here. So this is us working together.
You're great. I think you already got it. You got the timing down and everything. You're great.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Now, this one's a little bit different. I had the pleasure of interviewing you online a couple years ago now.
Yeah.
Thank you for that one as well. This one is geared also like to get people taking action a lot more toward the female entrepreneur space, which you are.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people that I speak to in acting maybe don't really consider themselves entrepreneurs. How do you feel about that kind of title?
Well, I'm really comfortable with it because I've always thought of my work as a business. I always think very business oriented, with a business mindset. So I feel like it's kind of natural. I'm like, yeah, we're all entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, I definitely want to dive into, with you being in something that, to so many people, acting, comedy, improv, those things feel very big and large, and they can feel like very scary.
Yeah.
That's, not something, I know a little bit about you, that you were pretty shy earlier in life.
Even right now, I'm like, okay, remember, you're smiling and you're listening and you're engaging. Yeah. Like younger me, so shy. So I've always been one to put myself out there. If I feel scared or afraid about something, I do it so that I can step out of my shell, because I was in my shell for so long. I was kind of sick of it.
Yeah. Oh.
So and I came out and I did it.
What now? How are you able to like discern? Oh my goodness, that scares me. I should go do it. And oh my goodness, that's scary because it's
not good.
Scary. And it shouldn't be, right?
Yeah.
Like, is there a process for you to like calm yourself and move forward or anything like that?
I think that discernment was kind of like trial and error. I've been doing this for about 8-9 years now. So the first couple of years, you're kind of doing everything. And you find out pretty quickly which people are kind of like, maybe I shouldn't work with them anymore. And then you kind of notice those patterns in other people.
Okay.
So that's how I kind of discern that way. So it's kind of like a gut feeling. But if I feel fearful, but like excited, like kind of like a vibrational, ecstatic feeling, that's when I know, okay, I need to do this. I want to do this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Can you go into, I know you've had a lot of like huge commercials, national commercials. I think I saw you on Let's Make a Deal.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I was
what
on
are
that.
some of the things that like kind of pop up in your mind where like, I was so scared before I did that, or man, this is a big opportunity, or what are some of the stories that you have to share about?
Oh my gosh. Well, the first big commercial I booked was for Hulu, and they flew us out to Mexico City, and they're like, okay, we're gonna put you up at the Four Seasons, and you have a stunt double. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like my first really big thing. And I think that's, that's one of those that I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do it. Even so, I had my first, shot, and stunt double did her thing. She had like fall into the bed, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, okay, Becky Jo, come on in. And it's a huge crew, and they built this whole sound stage, and it's in Mexico City. And so I do my thing, and we do the take. It was the first time being on a huge set like that. It was so scary. And the director comes up, and she's French, and she's like,
that adds
okay,
something to it there.
Okay,
I don't know.
So it really did. It was like, okay, so Becky Jo, you're a cool girl, right? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm cool. Like, okay, because you audition, you're all cool. You're a cool girl. I'm like, yeah. She's like, just be cool. So actually, I think after that, I just took that advice. Like, I hear her voice, just be cute. Like every time.
What's so funny about that? I think that would put me into like that mood. It would just be like that. I'm using that for everything.
Yeah.
From now on, I'm just like, I've got this character in my
So now
head.
I'm just like, cool.
When you do that voice, it's like a cartoon character almost.
Just be cute.
That's so awesome.
Hey, you remember you're a cool girl, right? I think in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm a cool girl. So, yeah.
Have there ever been any moments where, that maybe you've had that where it was harder to grasp a hold of that, and it's just like, oh, give me something, and where can you go to get that calm state?
Yeah, there are those moments where you just realize I am not understanding what this director is saying, or I'm not like quite grasping, and I think it comes down to not beating yourself up. And because that's happened to me before. And then we're both just standing there like looking at each other like, what? And the whole crew's waiting. And so, yeah, I think it just comes down to not beating yourself up and just trying your hardest, I guess. And usually it works out. Honestly, it's not a big deal. You feel like it's a huge deal.
Yeah.
But it'll be okay. It'll be okay. They hired you for a reason because you're cool.
You're cool.
You're probably really cool.
You are so cool. and that's watching you work, and even like going to the A3 Film Festival here in the Phoenix area. You're so cool. I took my kids, and as I saw you getting like award after award,
believe that. Oh my
so
gosh.
awesome. I'm like, I know her. I know her. Trying to tell my kids, like, I'm trying to use you to like impress my children. Like,
wild. I don't know how I stepped into this person where I'm like, I like to think of like my younger self and think, wow, she would actually, she'd be like, wow, you are cool. You're really cool, that's crazy. I don't know how it happened all of a sudden.
That's what, like, looking back though, what do you think like the major milestones have been that have like, or periods of your life where you just were able to like step into that slightly newer version, that new identity of
Yeah. I think it was moments where I found like a spark, like, oh wow, I love doing this, and grasping onto that. And then from there came like a joyful job that I booked, and then some opportunity after that because of that job. And then I found something else that excited me, and I'm like, let's go down that path. And maybe I was fearful for it. I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. Like the Groundlings, when the pandemic happened and everything was online, I thought, I could wait, but I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to like take the online classes. And it did make me scared because this is a huge school that I admire, that, the greats have come out of. Will Ferrell and Michael McDonald. So, but I did it. And then from there, I made friends there. And I could have failed, but I didn't, because I got new connections, and I don't know.
Well, it's perfect. Like, and that's why I love having you on the show, is because it so speaks to the taking action.
Yeah.
And so many times we can feel like we're lost and we're scared. And how do I take action? Like, what do I do? There's no, and those tidbits of, oh, that sounds fun. There's a spark over here. There's this. And then having that, like, that vision of maybe, and then like going, and then and then the people that you interact with.
It's really all about, when they say it's like who you know, and it really is. And you have to follow that path that makes you the most like happy and elated, because you'll find the right people that vibe with that energy. So if you're feeling something is not, not really vibing, 'cause that's the word, like vibe, it's not feeling right. Yeah. Then, and you end up doing it, you might get some context that you're like, but we don't really connect. Why did I do this?
That's a good awareness. Like, I think a lot of times we can feel that sense of excitement and kind of go for it, and then once you're maybe even in the middle of it, like, ooh, what did I commit myself to?
Yeah.
So I do love like that idea of maybe like putting it through a filter first, like having that gap of like, it feels really exciting, but wait a minute, let me think.
Because someone wants you, or you're like, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
But I realized I can't say yes to everything, because now I take myself more seriously. I take my body and my mental health and everything so seriously. So now I know when something crosses my path that doesn't vibe.
Well, and I'm sure there's a point where, like, when you're beginning, it's like, I'll work for free. Where can I go? Anybody. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I'm there. But then I'm sure there's a point where you start realizing these opportunities are coming at you, and there's so many, and I know there's ebbs and flows of the
oh gosh, yeah,
of the industry. But is that is there a point where you're like, oh, wait a minute, like, have you noticed that shift at a point of like,
you'll notice it.
How do I say no?
You'll notice it right away, and the first couple times you say no is so hard. It's an art form. I don't know why we didn't learn it in school. The art of saying no, but saying no in a polite way. Like you still like the person, and it doesn't work out. So yeah, it's so hard to do. But I found it's given myself more energy to do more things, and that's led. I don't know. It's so hard.
Well, and what have you been up to lately? I saw something where you needed to take a vacation after your vacation.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, that was random. I never take vacations. I'm always just going, and my family, they go on trips or whatever. And I'm a huge fan of Smallville. So ever since I was little, that introverted girl just had all the DVDs. I still have them. And so whenever something would happen, I would, I didn't make it onto the varsity, tennis team. I would put in Smallville. I would think, oh, wow, I am a superhero. And I'd go run a mile, Yeah. It was, that's a good point too, is if you find if you're down low, your vibration is low, do something that makes you happy. Yeah, and it'll keep you going. Because that's kind of what Smallville did for me. And then I saw they were doing a cruise, and I thought, and again, I went with my gut. My gut just kept saying, you need to do it. It's going to be so fun.
See, that's so cool, because you're around laughter, you're around fun.
Yeah.
You're tuned into that frequency of joy and fun. And that's every time I see you or talk to you or interact with you, I get that vibe from you. It's not like I don't see this here and then interact with you and it's like, oh my God,
what would you like to know?
But that's the energy from you. Yeah. And then, so I think that's what's so wonderful is when you more often stay at that frequency, it's easier to tune into, all right, where am I feeling that? Is that in vibration with that?
Exactly.
And then if it is.
And I don't know if you believe it. It's like, I believe in energy, if you're at that happy kind of vibrational energy, I feel like more things that lend to that.
One of my businesses was called Masterful Manifestors.
Wow.
So please continue.
So yes. Well, because it's become evident. Anytime I would be happy. I just got back from a Hawaii vacation and I was happy, and I did the self-tape for that Hulu commercial. I booked it, and anytime I'm operating at that high vibrational energy, something really big and exciting comes into my life. So now I decided, why am I even dipping back down into any sort of negative energy? So yeah,
I so needed this today, Beck.
Oh.
I appreciate you so much because like that's so true. And there can go a time where maybe we'll be separated from the belief in that, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe it was just a
Right.
coincidence and it was really fun. It was cool energy. Maybe I was just enjoying it. But no,
Yeah.
like there's an absolute energy that comes with it.
Oh, gosh,
and
yeah.
brings Hulu's
Yeah.
commercials.
Hulu's and exciting French directors to you.
Yes.
And like, yeah.
Oh, it's so wonderful. That's
Yeah.
yes, I believe 100% in that.
I'm a big fan of it. Because, yeah, it was almost like self-sabotage where you think to yourself, well, that doesn't correlate, you know, like just because I was happy and free doesn't mean, you know, I can replicate that in like another self-tape. But no, it's true. I would self-sabotage myself and say, it doesn't work that way. But it does. It's
I
really
wonder why
hard,
that
though, to
is.
get there.
I wonder why that is, like why we're so compelled.
Yeah.
Like I know there's a lot of different, and it's different for each person, but I think as a whole, it's so simple to self-sabotage. Maybe it's because it's not a belief so commonly taught.
Yeah, and I realized in order to get there, you have to work on yourself a lot. Like I had to figure out, you know, what gave my body energy, what made me feel good mentally and physically, you know, working out and, you know, meditating, which I'm like, oh, meditating. But now I feel relaxed right now. Whereas before I was in fight or flight. I was like, oh my God, I got to fight a lion, you know, like every second of the day.
Yeah.
But it took so much work to get there. And I think that's why people would rather self-sabotage.
Yeah, it's easier to
know.
go back to the comfort.
Because you have to
Even if
like
it
really
hurts.
go in yourself and say,
Yeah.
why am I like this? Like, oh, because I was younger and I was, you know, introverted and, oh yeah, it scared me when I went, you know, like you have to go all the way back.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
But inside of you
worth
is
it,
a cool girl,
Cool girl.
you know? And she did that self-tape. She was cool girl. I'm like, ooh, where is that cool girl? Can she just always be cool? I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can.
You
I like
can.
that. I love it.
Of course, then, you know, there's always stuff that you're like, oh my God, I'm scared. But it's always going to happen. You just
I think
gotta-
especially like the level ups, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because you get used to a certain identity.
Right now, I'm
Like,
kind of there too, like where I am a little scared, where I'm like, and then, you know, things seem like they're not really working out, but you know, it's just because I don't know if people believe in it, but vibrationally, you're going into a different
You gotta break
station, you're
through.
tuning into a new channel.
yeah.
So you're going to have some static before you get there. So I feel like I've been leveling up, and my manager emailed me and was like, okay, I'm going to submit, please do a tape for SNL. And here's the waiver and all, you know, all the contract and everything. I was so scared. And I'm like, oh no, you know, and I felt like I was going back into that self-sabotage kind of thing. And then I went the Smallville cruise and I'm like, oh my God, I am amazing. And this is so fun. And, you know, and I did it. And it's now I'm at that level again where I feel like I'm a novice, you know, it's never ending.
It is, but even then, like I've
Yeah.
noticed, like if you go to that, like, oh, but then you remember the last time you felt that way, and then you
Yeah.
see what you've done.
I know.
That you like that other person, I could have never done that before.
No.
So it's kind of like, and I remember like before you've told me like you do the poses, like do
Yeah.
all the things. Sometimes they don't always work the same way though. So
Right.
you've got to find your new
The
cool
new
girl.
thing, the cool girl thing. It's true. I didn't realize how much was stuck with me, the cool girl. But it really has. Yeah, no, you have to find your thing that keeps you, I don't know. I guess for me, it was going on the Smallville cruise. You know, you got to find that spark. You know, going on that cruise, I did karaoke with John Glover, the guy that played Lionel
saw
Luther.
that. I was like, wait.
And then I went up and did Don't Rain on My Parade. And Laura Vandervoort, she played Supergirl the next year, was like, oh my God, you're so good in that song. And I was like, yes, this is me. I can get up on a stage and do this in front of my heroes and still perform. Like, yeah, I can do an SNL tape and send it in. And even if Lorne Michaels doesn't like it, whatever. It's just cool.
Yep. the first one.
But
that's
Yeah.
so cool.
So-
I'm so excited for you.
So I feel like my gut was like, do this Smallville cruise. And I thought, why? And then my manager's like, do this SNL tape. I'm like, oh God, scared. Vibration is wonky. And then I go on the Smallville cruise. And I'm like, oh, that's why I had to do it. So I could see in myself that little girl that now is going kind of like toe to toe and talking with her heroes. Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's powerful.
Yeah.
It's so true. Like, I just want to affirm back to you.
Yeah.
Like, because I know, like, we need those affirmations. Like, everything you're telling me, absolutely 100%. I've tapped into it. I have felt it. I talk to some amazing freaking people who tell me the story, like behind the scenes. A lot of times they'll tell the stories. So thank you for like sharing it out. Like, it's
so random how the threads weave themselves together. You don't know how they're going to. Like, even now, I just connected it with that Smallville cruise. If I didn't go on that, I would have been in that lower vibrational field and thinking, I don't know. Who am I to be on SNL? People say I could, but I'm not feeling it. No, I'm so happy I signed up for it. And something was telling me, do it.
And you listened.
Yeah.
And you listened.
And I was scared because I've never been on a cruise, and it was a solo trip, and people were like, you're just going by yourself. I'm like,
so cool.
yeah, but I just feel like I need to do this. Don't talk me out of it. I have to do this. I don't know why.
No more questions.
Exactly. I'm going. And it was great. It was amazing. Yeah.
I love it. It's so, yes. Just stay there and ride the wave. Like, just ride it. I'm excited for you because SNL's fun, right? Like the image of it, it's fun. So stay in that frequency.
And what is interesting too is, so woo-woo, but manifesting is like a month or two before, I told someone, like multiple people, all I want is just an SNL audition on the stage. Like, I don't need SNL. I just want to audition on that stage, and know that I could be there, because Melissa McCarthy, all these people have auditioned on that stage.
The energy from that.
Yeah, exactly. To be there at 8H and to do that. And then just 2 or 3 weeks later, my manager emails me. It's so weird how life happens when you approach it with excitement.
Yeah. Weird's an interesting word.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I think it's weird because it's like unknown.
Yeah. It's weird because like, how did that happen? Like, how did I get from A to B? And A, it was unknown. I didn't know how B was going to happen, but weirdly enough, it did. I don't get it, but I love it.
And you follow those, it's like you don't know until you're looking back, and you followed those intuitive hits, and you went for it, and you stayed on the frequency. And it wanes and it comes, and it's
and you'll have breaks, you'll have lulls, and you might start panicking, thinking, oh no, I need to be doing something. And then I think to myself, oh no, this is good. Maybe I don't need to be doing anything. This is time for myself, When people say, oh, business is so slow, I'm like, well, maybe this is a way for you to, I started getting into Kundalini yoga and like, I don't know, just doing different things. And I feel like once things do pick up, then everything's meant to, my boyfriend hates when I say this. Like, everything happens for a reason. He's like, no. I'm like, yes,
does.
Sometimes it's like, why? But I don't know.
But I also think it's that frequency, what we're putting out, it's going to draw stuff in. So sometimes you maintain that lower frequency, and you have to pay for it even when you're on the higher frequency. So powerful. I love the shares, and you've got me even more like pumped and
I'm excited. I'm like,
and what I love is like, I'm big on, action, I tie it all to acting and those sort of things. And I do like the mindset of going forward and doing and doing and doing.
Yes.
And also, the doing can be sitting quietly and tuning in.
Yeah, that is doing a lot.
So much.
That is still doing a lot. Yeah.
So powerful.
I'm excited. Oh, this is great.
I'm holding that vision for you.
Yes.
I'm going to add that energy. And all of my friends, like all of the people that watch that know and are my manifesting buddies, we will send you good high vibes.
Oh, thank you.
And to help do that, like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
go watch her stuff. Like, just go watch her stuff.
Check it
and
out.
it will.
It's fun stuff. I don't know where it comes from, but I really have no clue.
sometimes I'm like, is that Becky?
I know. I'm like,
that-
oh,
it's gotta
geez.
be.
And then I
like-
see myself in another video. I'm like, oh, damn. And I don't know. I don't know what happens. But if you want to check it out, should I?
What's the best place to
Yeah.
check you out?
I love Instagram. So you can go to It's Becky Jo Harris. And then on TikTok, it's Becky Jo Harris as well.
Very easy. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure talking with you, Becky. I thank you so much. And man, show 1, and we're talking about manifesting. Like, I don't know how much better this could be. So I appreciate it. And man, thank you so much for being
Appreciate
on
you.
here.
Thank you.
Yay. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure you check out It's Becky Jo Harris on Instagram. And thank you again to our sponsors, Spotlight Mindset Training Group. Thanks for tuning in to Badass in Action. Drop a quick note, DM, comment, or review, letting me know the moment that hit hardest or the questions it sparked. Your insights fuel future episodes. Until next time, stay badass, keep moving, and remember, you got this.